Rotterdam, it's out. Let's do Germany. If you're not aware, Hearts of Iron 4 is a World War II strategy game where Germany is the main character. And if you play Germany in a different way, maybe you cannot make it the main character. You can play your own style. Today's style is the unconventional way, the feedback gaming way with exploits. Austria is a potential speed bump for Germany, the Anschluss. And now it is considerably more difficult because you need to have a significantly larger army size than Austria, which is more difficult to do earlier in the game, until I discovered this exploit. 1936 Anschluss? Yeah, I think we'll do that. Plus, I'm also going to show you how to stack as many modifiers as an infantry Germany and bulldoze all of Europe completely effortlessly. Infantry Grand Battle Plan Germany? Hey, this is the video. The basics. Grab that army. Let's move it over to here. Let's convert it to a small division, the little horse. At the same time, let's train more horses so we have a larger over artificial army size. Train them and deploy them ASAP. Research. You know, it's the basics. Get that construction down. Get those electronics down. And get some soft attack from artillery. Production. Infrastructure. Important at the start of the game. And then build those civilian factories off the back of it. Trains, planes, and automobiles. At the moment, not so many planes. And we'll finish off the remaining ships that are almost done. And the ones that are not more than 50% constructed, I'll just end those ones. Yeah, we'll just complete those ones on limited and just produce lots of destroyers. We're going to need some anti-air, a little bit more onto artillery. And with it, we're going to need a little bit of CAS as well. Looks pretty good. One row of those, rest of them on there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Remilitarize the Rhineland to begin with. And why not go for a flame tank to begin with? Why not? Might as well use that breakthrough, right? Navy's only going to be a very small part of this game. I'm going to focus primarily on building up my industry. So, with that, merge the fleet, decide an admiral, exercise it to get some Navy XP. Same with the Air Force too. Merge and exercise to gain a little bit of air experience. And to top that off as well, we'll modify this destroyer. So we'll upgrade everything. We only need one torpedo tube. Depth charges, no. But then we'll also add on the escort fleet, which has a bonus to production of 5%. 12 Navy XP required, and that's done. The game didn't even give me a prompt to say I was going to lose some progress, but it was so few days of progress, the game was like, yeah, this is not even going to be a big deal, so don't worry about it. Rhineland. All right, you have the choice now. Either mobile warfare on the right, or on the left, old-fashioned tactics. Yes, an infantry-heavy build is what we're going for today. For the left path it is. All right, these guys are almost trained. Deploy them. This is essential, this. And this will now put us in a position where we have artificially a large army size. Let's hire our army organization guy for ticking experience, which also gives command power now. New thing. Here we go. The focus is almost complete. Then we pause. Then we select the entirety of the army, change it to our biggest division. In this case, the motorized division. If you look really closely, this is a big one. Now you can see we don't have enough trucks, but for some reason the game has thought we've got full strength for all of these divisions. So if you don't unpause right here, the game thinks you have a very large army size. And watch that. Anschluss is selectable and it is not cancelable. And you can just convert your army back over. And there you go. You have now completed Anschluss, well, in 70 days in 1936. Rubber is essential for this strategy, so import a little bit of that. Don't need those tanks. I don't think we're going to even need that much motorized, so we'll just have a single mill on the motorized. This is the perfect setup for the start of the game. The event! To get more control of Austria, there's just no point, because this would give us a more of a ratio of our army compared to theirs. We're about to take their army anyway. And an entire country as well. Stop exercising the planes, we'll merge them up, and now you've got enough air XP, you can actually make the more ideal plane type, which is going to be extra guns, and with an extra turret, and that's it. And then we'll begin to upgrade those as we produce them. So the best thing to do is check how many planes you actually have. Under Air Force, look at the tab. And see that we only have about 30 of those. We don't even have that many anyway. But eventually, when we get enough in the stockpile, we'll upgrade the old ones, because old planes just slow you down anyway. Another kind of cool thing to do is find the old plane, the old chassis, which in this case is this one, and then potentially pop on the big machine guns for it. We got enough XP for that? No, we're not. What we do is continue to exercise the planes. We can get 4 XP, and then we can do that. And then we can upgrade all those older planes, which in this case, we have a total of 300 of them, just shy of 300. And we can upgrade them to the ones that have got bigger machine guns. They have more combat capabilities. Once again, we're bringing up the overall stats of our planes, and that's the long-term goal. In this case, big machine guns, save, and then we produce them, light aircraft. 2 mils will do, and put them on auto upgrade. And that's it, done. But the plan here is to bring up the average of the stats for the entirety of the Air Force. And if we have an advantage for dogfighting, we'll do a lot better. And get this, the British Air Force now just produce significantly better plane designs. So you need to be competing with them on a more like-for-like level. That's important. Because we're going to be grand battle planning, we're going to have a lot of equipment, and we are going to burn a lot of equipment. And maintenance companies will knock off that offset. It'll make sense when you see it, but we'll be recovering so much more equipment and be able to fight for significantly longer without burning out. Anschluss, what? You accept? What? We have a larger army size now? Don't mind if I do. And also, let's train a bigger army overall. We need to look scary among the world. And to do that, we're going to train a bunch of extra troops. Prioritize the equipment. What, do you want to choose a little bit further? Do you want to do the Sudan? Yeah, why not? Artificially making your army size larger again. Oh, we're almost there. We just need to deploy a few more divisions, and then we'll have 750,000 troops in the field and be able to demand the Sudeten immediately. Looks like you've got war support in 1936. Why not do a little bit of an early war economy? Why not, right? Divisions ready to deploy. Deploy them. Total army size now, 769,000 manpower in the field. Nice. What does that mean? That means an early Sudeten. That's right, you could demand the Sudeten in 1936. Also nice. The Spanish Civil War. Be involved because it's a great place to get air experience and ground experience. You need to send at least 2 divisions though. To be fair, it really doesn't matter what divisions you send. So I'm going to send two divisions, even if they're small ones, even if they're big ones. It don't matter. So if you look closely here, you can go for this focus now. This one. The Legion Condor, which gives ticking experience for everything that you need. We can send our planes over now. I'm going to grab some of our bombers and send those guys over. Commence bombing runs. Convert to a small division. We'll prioritize the equipment for it. And I don't know, select any old general. Guess we'll pop you guys here. And then put you on careful battle plans. As you can see here, look, we're upgrading those old chassis, the interwar ones, to put big machine guns onto them. And that means our old planes now are not going to be inadequate. We'll have old planes, but they'll still have decent firepower. The Sudan has been taken. The first Vienna Award, which is a 35-day focus. Everyone yells in celebration. Yay, thanks, Paradox. Do I need to talk about research? It's all pretty standard. Get that construction, get that production, get the radio done, and get, well, more production. Production. The fate of Czechoslovakia. And yep, looks like we're going to be able to do that in 1936. Why not get a spy as well? And get 1 spy to reduce resistance in Czechoslovakia. Don't usually do that, but yeah, it's quite effective in this one instance. Here's a little pro tip for you. So if you want a bonus down here, like production, which is like a really important one, or this one down here, which reduces the cost for cruisers, very important. Work your way backwards. In this case, we'll hold shift and go for this one, and you can see the lines here. Can you yellow lines? In this case, you need both of those. So this one and then this one. And then this one requires this one. And then this one requires both. Yep. And then this one requires one of these two. And therefore, what will happen is it'll check this one, can't get it. Check this one, can't get it. Can't get it. Can't get it. Can't get it. Ah, I can get that one. So it'll do them in reverse order. That's really smart coding by Paradox. Don't forget, the German mios are very strong. Like, for instance, production output. Get those ones immediately. And then all the rest, like usual. Worker conditions. Very important for the German Reich, right? Get that stability up. Hey, it's the MIFO bills guy. Yes. Why not get the upgrades to increase partisan, well, anti-partisan activity? There you go. The fate of Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia has been annexed. And it's December 1936. That's a pretty big Germany for 1936. Listen, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait until you see how quickly I bulldoze Europe. You ain't seen nothing yet. Let's do the Legion. Stack and wiping. The flame tank is done. We will take advantage of this, but we're going to get the basics down first. We need that raw infantry with raw firepower that's going to hit hard. Boom! And we have control of here. So we're going to go brutal oppression. Really good at keeping suppression down in a lot of regions. But specifically for Czechoslovakia, because we're at peace, I'm going to go for civilian oversight and prioritize the garrisons. And also top that off as well. We're also going to make a division that's a single battalion of horse. The best division in the entire game. No one can disagree with that. Even you in the comment section, no disagreement. Now we grab our spy, put them on, rule out resistance. Keep it down, which it will still go up anyway, but we'll go for another anti-partisan to keep it down. Stop it from going up by keeping it down. Yes. Okay, we need 120 divisions total. So let's just see how many we've got right now. We've got 88. So we'll start over. Another 2 makes it 90, and then 30. So we'll do shift. That's 10, 20, 30. That's it. Prioritize that. And there we go. We've got a full army size. 1 full army group, 120 divisions, 5 armies at 24 divisions. 4-year plan. Now, you can go for this one, but this will put you behind economically for quite a long period before you start to recover. You want the quickest bang for your buck, you want the 4-year plan. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to go for a few mills at the start of the game here. Just a few, just a handful. This will supplement our air force as well as artillery in our division. So we just have a little bit more bite when the war kicks off. You guys want to see me do a civilian-only run as Germany? I can do that. And surprisingly, it's effective as well. Okay, construct the Autobahn. Very important. Get the infrastructure down immediately in these regions. Then we can build really tall with that. At the same time, let's build just 3 lots of synthetic refineries just to get a little bit of oil into the economy and a little bit of rubber. And then we can become a little bit more independent. Yeah, not getting as much rubber from the Dutch East Indies is probably going to be very worthwhile. Air Force guy, the Reich Marshal. Look at these bonuses now. Mr. Goring has definitely been buffed. Air wings have been damaged. We don't have as many planes. That's easy. Just delete one of them at home. Exercise. And there you go. Now you can see that they've reinforced to 100 per air wing. Also, we're fighting Soviet planes here, which is not quite right. So what I want to do is move somewhere when there's no activity. And that way we can just bomb freely and not worry about losing planes. 35-day focus with 2 civilian factories. I think I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? Because we've got the MIFO bills. See the bonus here of 10% construction for factories. Used to be 20%. Okay, it's not as good anymore, but it's still good. At the same time, why not just build a bunch of mills inside of Brandenburg? The downside of the 4-year plan is because you're on MIFO bills, at some point you're going to have to declare war. Otherwise, you're going to have no consumer goods and then no industry. You need to steal gold to keep the war effort going. Another 35-day focus that gives so many sweet bonuses. Let's do it. All right, we've got a full army now. 120 divisions, convert them all to the infantry. And we'll get rid of the engineer and the exercise to level 3. Top it off as well. We're going to do prioritize motorized supply. And have we enough trucks for that? Just enough. Just need the mills now. All right, we can start upgrading our old planes now. Upgrade. Not many planes to upgrade, though. If you want to make it very clear which ones have been upgraded, change the model to something else. I'll go for this one. And if you go into air and look at your fighters, see, these are the upgraded models. You can see they're getting upgraded. They're getting pulled from this pool of the not as good fighters to the good ones here. The difference is not that much. It's just a mile improvement. We now have the autarky, a self-sustaining economy that does not rely on international trade. We will make everything at home, apart from things we can't make at home like bananas and pineapples and rubber and American electronics. Man, autarky sucks. Who thought this was a good idea, right? Don't usually do this, but I'm going to rush for better artillery because that's the destiny of more soft attack. Special projects, you say? Military engineering vehicles. This is actually pretty good because it offers you some cool options for support equipment that you don't usually have, with more bonuses than you would normally get. However, the equipment you build, this tractor thing, incredibly expensive. So if you want to take advantage of them, you need to build them incredibly early. But another research slot goes a long way. Can you help out the Japanese? That's the question. Send volunteers? Yes. Send volunteers to Puppet Nation? Yes. And then we've got the bombers. Have 2 of those. Send them over. Bombing from very far away with a big malice to range. One way of improving that is going for centralized control, which inadvertently gives a little bit more extra range due to extra plus 10%. And doing a bit of bombing. And there we got more air experience. Top it off. Go for more air crews. And then why not do for strategic destruction to get advantage of the extra agility, which once again goes a long way. Okay, let's work on some air stuff now. There's 3 technologies you kind of need to get in sync. Well, 2 to be fair. Those 2, and then the third one is the engine. You do need, though, an extra research slot. Let's go for more dispersed industry, more building slots. Build taller and spread out a bunch of civilian factories. That'll do just fine. All right, everything's upgraded, apart from the plane. Now, why is the plane not finished? Can I not upgrade it? Oh, we've upgraded all the old planes. That's good, so we can get rid of that now. And then we can start deploying rest of the Air Force and exercise to level 3. Having a good Air Force for this strategy is the backbone. We either rely heavily on Navy or you rely heavily on your Air Force. And this is more of an Air Force build. Hanover, an extra 7 naval dockyards. Yeah, let's do that. I know this is an air build. However, I just want to make sure I've got enough destroyers just to escort, which makes sense when you'll find out later in the game. You'll find out, trust me, soon. The earlier you get these techs, the better. It is way ahead of time. However, the earlier you're, the better, because those upgrades for the planes are going to go an amazing difference. It's going to make a massive difference overall. Mining company, extra 10% resource gain efficiency. This is going to increase all your resource gains throughout the entirety of the nation by 10%, which is the equivalent of one of these excavation techs. So you just double downing on those techs, right? Definitely worth it. Air doctrine. Trust me, don't forget about these. These will make a massive difference when the war kicks off. Having that air advantage is going to be huge. Also, don't forget about this too. Bold attack for your generals. Big deal. Also, we're going to do grand battle plan. And this is standard too. 10% reduction in supply. Oh, it's huge, huge. And then proper heritage, because who doesn't love horses, right? Type 1 in the comments if you love a good horse. Better artillery. Work on the better AA techs. We're getting there. One thing to do is build a aerodynamics and avionics facility somewhere right about here. Now, do this when you reach the part of the game when you've got these two technologies, these two constructions. End of the day, these are very expensive, and anything you can do to reduce the cost is going to go a long while. And the reason why you're building it in this kind of really strange location that can very easily get bombed, well, this is a mistake, Dave. No, it's not. It can be upgraded later on for a free building in this region, which will be useful due to its strategic location. You shall see. Okay, standard tech now. Let's do the reassure eastern claims. Time to do the double techs, the trifecta, survivability, and the heavy machine gun. Well, dufecta. Trifecta is when it gets the engine. We're halfway there. Support a coup in Liechtenstein. This is the strangest of focus, but apparently there's some kind of event tied to this. Let's start working on our army. Develop modern warfare. This is strange because modern, the Prussian legacy, Prussian. Okay, those things aren't compatible, but you'll see because it's the best path. More air tech. That's right. We've got multi-altitude flying. That's the best bonus. Actually, now think about it. That one's a good bonus too as well. Dogfighting experience. Gives that edge in air combat. Which is why we're here. Also helping out in China as well. Anything that gives Japan an advantage is always big because Japan really struggles to knock out China recently. Which, if you think about it, is kind of by design, isn't it? China was not an easy nation to submit. Okay, rubber is becoming more of a need now, so we're going to go for more refineries, and to top that off as well, more rubber as well. Can you get rubber from the focus tree now? Rubber, +2 rubber from synthetics. You need to get this tech. It's quite far away. Let's make a division that is well-rounded. So this is practically it. So we'll exercise this boy to level 3. And then what we do is we make the hardcore infantry version. So duplicate, make it elite, give it an icon. In this case, we're going to give it the maintenance company, and I think we'll probably give it the assault engineer company, which is an engineer, but it's meant for the offensive purposes. Also, cavalry recon, and then we add on the artillery. That's the one. Top it off, I just realized we do not have any armored support vehicles, which is kind of support companies, but armored versions. Spain situation is over. Can I send more planes to help out? Yes, I can. Aeronomics. Let's look at the technology. We want radar. And to get radar, we need a guy who's got radar tech. It's best to go for the high skill guy, but also look for a brilliant. Yeah, he'll do. Radar. Here you go. 120 divisions. S to split. Then we pull off 6 off each. There we go. SSS. And the last 2. And shift click them all. Field Marshal. Here. With this, I don't bother about this land here. Poland can take it if they want to. This guy's going to be on defensive duty, so select a defensive guy. This guy's going to be offensive duty, so select an offensive guy. And offensive. And we select this guy and specifically say that you're going to be the hardcore division. Now, we are missing a lot of equipment for this, but we'll catch up. The army groups are in position. It's 1938. This is a very early Danziger War. I don't think I'm quite ready because we need our Air Force to be in tip-top position. Heavy machine gun is done. Okay, this is the plane that we really want. This is the one. Quads, there you go. Heavy, just the right amount of weight to take off, and that is the perfect model. I always say this, but this is the ultimate AI defeating fighter plane. Listen, the stats can get better. Of course, it's not a multiplayer plane, but versus the AI, this is the best of the best. And start upgrading. RXP, doctrines. National focuses, so here we go. The Prussian legacy, look at what this does. It gives 5% extra attack for infantry. That's a biggie. Pretty close to the division that we want, so we can spend doctrine points though. Do that before you go to war with Poland, because remember, you want to do the best about firepower and efficiency when you actually go to war. Don't forget maintenance company too. That's a big one. Prussian legacy. More options for improved damage. This guy, the chief of the army. This will unlock your chief of the army, which has got an extra 10% attack. So what you do is you're stacking lots of attack modifiers. This guy's going to be converted to the big division now as well. And don't forget to exercise to level 3, because that gives a bonus of 25% attack modifier, which once again is huge. Okay, don't forget to do motorized priority. I forgot to do it again. Boom. Supplies arrived for the nation. Have we got enough trucks? Yes, we do. Have we got enough trains? Yes, we do. All looking good. As you can see, the production cost for these armored support vehicles is really high, so get on top of that immediately. Boom. We now have plus 10% attack. But it gets better because you got the Panzer Grenadier. There's good bonuses for motorized and mechanized, which will not take advantage of it, but this is it. Improve logistics system, a permanent supply efficiency gain, and a permanent fuel consumption gain, which is reduction. Well, reduction. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Do it. Panzer Grenadier, and then we'll go for this, but you have to be at war to do it. Plus, extra 5% attack here. And if you look really closely, there's extra bonuses here for extra damage from artillery as well. So we're going to stack all of these bonuses. The amount of infantry attack that you can stack on top of each other is kind of insane. Don't forget about the raw passive bonuses though. Stack those ones as well. Right, we've reached the points where MIFO bills is now hurting us. We're having 100% consumer goods factor eating into our economy. Our economy is kind of paralyzed. The fact that we're still making any kind of production from this is insane. And you can see we've got so many civilian factories, but we're just losing so many of them. So you need to go to war now, and you need to get some gold to pay those MIFO bills. The spies are better off placed into France now. France can be sometimes difficult to break, so just be aware of that and just drop a few spies just to make sure. It just makes them a little bit easier to crack. Lessons of the Great War, and then we have to do improved motorized troops. There is some speed bonuses here. Okay. Yeah, don't forget about infantry expert. Don't forget about army regrouping. Don't forget about attrition reduction. Where is he? And why not go for decisive battle for the navy, which is going to give us some ticking navy XP. All right, let's deploy some planes. The full air force. Deploy. Off we go. Now, most of our air force now will consist of BF 109Ds, which is the one that's got the self-sealing as well as the big heavy machine guns. We look really closely now. Yeah, there we go. The vast majority of these ones. Artillery bombardment. Extra defense for artillery, which is very small because artillery don't have a lot of defense, but it gives extra 10% artillery attack, which is a biggie. More doctrines. We're almost unlocking our doctrines before we even go to war. I love to see that. Top it off as well. Logistics is just something that always useful to have, so just do that now. Radar. Minute you get radar, you want to immediately start upgrading the more advanced versions of radar. You go into here, start getting the new ones. Now you can see that this aeronautics facility has produced a radar station in a very convenient location. Alternatively, another good location would be somewhere in the south here too, because the Allies will always bomb you heavy here, but this will give you spotting into the North Sea, which is good for your Navy as well as your Air Force. Best of both. Might as well finish this right. You can see this gives an attack bonus for infantry and breakthrough. So the amount of attack bonuses you get for infantry are very high. So once again, you don't get one clear bonus that's very high. You just get like little trickle ones over and over and over and over and over again. That eventually add up to a big juicy bonus. Another high-tech infantry division and upgrade those to level 3. You know the routine. There we go. Stormtroopers done. Gotta recall what I said before. The improved logistics system is only a balance of supply efficiency because you suffer from this malice. So you're just balancing out the negative for a gain of 0%. Yay. There's a cool bonus here that gives you more supply range, which is really good. I'd recommend you do that when you invade the Soviet Union because the supply depots are really far apart and that'll give you a big bonus. You will also get a bonus from Denmark from getting their produce bonus as well. So don't forget about that. Invade Denmark because it's really worth it. Danzig, all war. All right, let's do this, lads. Now we mean business. The doctrines are a big deal, so I wanted to take care of those, I think. With it as well, naval refit, it's really important for the Navy, but the best one is this one. It's just a balanced one. It gives extra positioning. Close combat's also pretty good too. Yeah, let's do that one, actually. All right, let's bring the Air Force back, and wow, they're so trained. Come back home. You need it on the front. Okay, little exploit time. Okay, little exploit time. If you want the best possible sealion, what I advise you do is right now, research this landing craft. It's a tiny little bit ahead of time. What this will do is that when you go for this one, Operation Wessenbung, it gives you a ahead of time bonus for the next one. So you can research that way ahead of time. And that final bonus is a biggie. So do it. Also, bonuses for Navy. Kind of worth, even though we're not taking advantage of it too much. Also, Navy, Air Force, radar, all work in synergy. So get that radar done. Also, our economy is stagnated to nothing now. Whoops. Okay. It's like the Army, Air Force, planes. Attach them on here. We're going to basically use as many planes as possible to kind of control the skies and knock out as many planes as possible from the Allies. You can see we're going to dominate the skies here now. Be aware, you're about to get bombed quite heavily and almost completed our air doctrines before the war even begins. Best improvement for this division is going to be to add flame tanks on. That's the next eventual evolution of this division. My advice is go for a medium and add on the flames. Keep it super basic, and reliability is a little bit low, so you might want to go for torsion bar and then wet ammunition. Don't forget to actually change it to a flame tank. Don't make that mistake. And then you can start producing those when we get more military factories. Soon. Danziger War. And Poland says no. All right, here we go. We're going to go for the economy of conquest. So it's all about reducing your consumer goods by declaring war. And here we go. So initially, we're going to break through in the north here. And you can see it's just like a knife through butter. Can't even break the armor of this division, which is 5.5. Just the armor from this. Okay. At the same time, I can see that everyone's breaking totally fine. So everyone just go. Oh, I forgot to put a offensive order for the field marshal. Whoops. Getting a little bit of planning bonus first, then we'll go. And there you go. And they do start to bomb us quite aggressively from the get-go. All right, off you go, lads. Boosh. We do have a little bit of naval striking, so I'll take advantage of that. And pop you guys here. And you can see we hit those submarines immediately. And this bleeds the convoy raiding potential of the allies immediately. The benefits of the radar here makes a big difference. All right, everyone go aggressive. Keep going, lads. Go, go, go. I'll admit, I do a lot of battle planning. Battle planning is my favorite thing to do. I love having the AI take care of it for me and having nice divisions that just melt the front line. In my next video, I'll actually show you some actual micro divisions. Boom, that was easy, right? Okay, next up, we're going to do 28-day focus. You guys happy about that? We'll move you here, and then you here, and then you here. Oh, look at this. The amount of submarines we've just ripped through. It's a combination of there's just so many planes that we've got in combination with the radar here, giving the spotting. Hence the reason why I told you the radar would make a big difference. You didn't believe me, did you? You thought I was having you on, didn't you? Denmark, I've heard it's a good place to invade. I heard they surrender quite quick. Yep, and they do. Around the Maginot, that's the next natural path, right? Request troops and install a friendly German governed Denmark leader. That made sense, right? All right, seized the gold of Poland. And now our MIFO bills will not be stinging as hard. Significantly dropped. Now we actually have an economy. Yeah, we have. The economy has currently finally woken up. The AI is unbelievably bombing us, as they always do. Put our planes into position now. Top it off, this final army now can be converted to the big infantry. Plus, we've got political power, so let's get some of that war support back. Worker conditions is also worthwhile. Getting that stability high reduces resistance. And then around the Maginot. It's just way easier if you break them piece by piece. More radar. And max that radar out. And they just melt. Netherlands? What Netherlands? Get the guys into position. Keep an eye on here not to send your convoys by sea. Get that planning bonus up. Might as well exercise to level 3 to make sure everyone's appropriately trained. Supplies looking good. Attack. Aggressive. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. We'll just chew through the Belgians. And we're going to hold shift and right click on certain key locations. The AI's got a tendency to stall in Belgium. Well, not in this circumstance anyway. You know, get on the front line, guys. Go, go, go. Oh, just melting them. Once again, the power of these divisions is just insane. Next research you want to do is when landing craft's done is to go for the next one. And then you've got like expert high-tier landing craft for Britain. Demonstration of military achievements, getting war support, political power, stability, all the good stuff. And there goes Paris. And we don't have a front line, so attack, keep going. The triumph in France. Do we want a Vichy France, though? The big advantage of having Vichy France appear is the French Navy will lose half of its ships. However, I feel so confident, I'm not going to bother doing that. And that is one less France in the world. Landing craft's done, and now we can rush ahead of time. Advanced landing craft. It will take a year to finish. Yeah, probably not enough time to actually get that one done. But, hey, what do you know? If we ever invade Britain later on, we can take advantage of that. We have a new special facility now, the one we've taken from France. We can go for super heavy howitzers if we want to. Do we care about that? Do it. Okay, naval invasion. Get our best general. Going to be this guy. Naval invasion here, 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 here. And plus, there's leftover divisions now. Can do another naval invasion from here to here. And how many divisions here? 6 divisions. Not many, but it's some. What if you compare engineers? Oh, hang on. This is different. Stostruppen Battalion. A big penalties for movement speed. Extra attack into urban and forts. Extra breakthrough. Okay, the stats on this one aren't really pulling me in. But it's a support company. And if you have to choose a slot and you've not got a slot open, maybe this one will be good for you. It's fairly cheap too. In this case, we can go for the flame tanks. That's the next evolution of this tank. Bulgaria would like to join the Axis. The way I do this is I hate having extra members in the Axis. I just feel like it slows me down. So in this case, we're going to ignore that for the time being. Another victory. The German army is invincible. Gaining extra division recovery, yada, yada, yada. All right. Now we take advantage of air power. So let's move everyone to here. And let's begin our full air control of Britain. And first, we'll take full control of this region. And we'll just chew through their air force. Top that off as well. Now we'll get all of our other planes into position. And we need to do some naval striking of the English Channel. But first, we just need to soften up their air force in different regions. And that look good? Yeah, there we go. Strike them hard. With that as well, I'm going to build another radar facility. Yeah, I build it I'll build it in Brittany. So we've got access more eastward as well. Oh, we actually have a proper economy now. If you look into decisions here, you've got the option to steal gold. Do them one by one, because you don't really want to steal more gold than you actually need. The consumer goods factor there, you can see that 72. It's very small. You want to get that down. So this will reduce it by another 21%. That one reduces it by 59%. Of course, because France has got a lot of gold reserves. Now it's currently at 72%. Oh, 47%. Okay, we'll just sit on that for a while, because it will still increase over time. But this one will reduce it significantly. And look at the economy. It's suddenly woken up. The consumer goods factor is no longer eating into our economy. Hungary would like to join our faction. German army. Invincible. Get that extra rubber by going for this focus. Eventually, we want autarky. And to do this, we need 150 oil. We need 100 tungsten and 100 chromium. Chromium's easy and the tungsten's easy because you get that from Yugoslavia. The oil one is very difficult, though. Maybe you have to build a ridiculous amount of synthetics. Or maybe you have to take out the Soviet Union. The Battle of Britain has begun. It's really important now that we get our spies into Britain and start having a little look at what they're up to. Top it off as well. I think what we can do is go for the Air Force Department. Keep an eye on their planes. Look how many they've got. And see what their best plane is. When we get more intel on them, we'll be able to know what their best plane is and see how we counter it and see if we are actually winning the air war. Okay, most of the Air Force is going to move over now. We'll leave 2 planes behind here. And then we'll try and control the English Channel with as many planes as possible. So now you've got most of your support vehicles. You can take off that. Now you've got most of your flame tanks. You can take off all the factories there. And then you can spread out all your production all over. What I like to do as more of a later game strategy is to stack lots and lots onto CAS. Because CAS will make the big difference of doing a lot of breakthroughs and push-throughs. If the infantry's good, that's fine. But then adding that extra CAS damage on top just pushes it all the way. Northern Transylvania is Hungarian. Will they accept? That's the one you want to go for. Because otherwise Hungary... might end up invading Romania, and then Romania will join the Allies. Then you've got this weird front going in the south. Got an option here for super heavy howitzers. Would you like to focus on firepower? Sure. Then we've got max air XP. Let's finish that doctrine tree. And what do you do now? So centralized control is giving you that range, which is good. However, if you have the range, you want to probably go for something like airborne heroes. That's a really good one. Move my planes over England. And now we're actually getting some proper good dogfighting now. And the ratios are massively in my favor. The AI is a lot smarter now. It will no longer bring its fighters out if it thinks it's a clear loss. So you can see when I had full control of the English Channel, they weren't even peeking their planes. But now I separated half my fighters into the southern England and the English Channel. They've now reared up and showed their head again. So they're kind of like, okay. Now I can potentially win something. So in that circumstance, I will use my planes. Next focus. A bit of a welder. Operation Sealion. You know where I'm going with this. Okay, let's see those French gold reserves. Boom. MIFO bills now are incredibly profitable. The economy of conquest. Sealion! Is it time? Sealion's gotten a lot harder. There is a part of me that's a little bit like, this is going to be a difficult one. Let's do it. Okay, Navy. First of all, we're going to say allow access of their Navy into the English Channel, and then we'll go for an easy naval invasion support. It's going to be a difficult one, this, because we could get hit quite hard. Next up, activate the battle plans for the naval invasions. And they will not activate because they're at 49%. Oh, 46%, 49%, 46%. Okay, eventually we're going to get enough control. It will activate soon. And there we go. Now they're off. Here we go, and here we go. All right, close air support in the south with full air control. We've got any extra planes? Not really. They're just a ragtag bunch of older planes that I don't really care that much about. In that case, I don't matter. Anyway, we're going to land now. Do as much damage as we can initially. All right, the initial landing's looking good. Looking a little bit hairy to begin with. If we get one landing, that'll just be enough. Yep, and here come all the strikes. Oh, so much cast damage. And this is why you need a lot of cast. Boom, we've landed. Okay, so first of all, help this guy. S to split, right-click, help this guy. Next landing has happened. Push for London immediately. Top that off as well. Also push for this area. We want to capture as many ports as possible because the issue you're going to run into is you're going to run out of supply. And eventually, when they control the English Channel, you will get strangled by supply. So you need to take care of that immediately. Now we are spreading out. Portsmouth is taken. That's good. Push for Bristol and push for Birmingham as well. Push northwards. When you know you've got Britain is when Hull forms. Because that means you have control of the English Channel and also the North Sea. So spread, spread, spread. And at the same time, I'm going to try and cut off the north too. by pushing just west of London. Grabbed another port. Keep pushing. Go for Ipswich. Keep attacking, guys. Go aggressive. Keep pushing. Now, right now, you want to send more troops to Britain, don't you? I know I can feel the itch. You've got like all these ones here and here and here, and you want to send them, don't you? Trust me, don't. Okay, because right now the supply situation is looking okay, but it's going to go really a lot worse once this battle is concluded. To be fair with you, I kind of want them to always engage, and I'd prefer to lose my navy if I can take out Britain. Go. We need Bristol really badly. Push. Okay, Bristol is open. Can we grab it? It's going to be a really big one, that, because Bristol opens up the potential for another supply route through, what is it? The western approaches. Same again, grabbing Plymouth is a good one too. It opens up the potential for supply from another port. Okay, the Navy has got absolutely obliterated. And this is the point where they're going to get naval control over you. But if you've taken out most of their submarines, the convoy raiding potential is going to be significantly less. All right, London is looking open, so let's go for that. We're still pushing southwards towards Plymouth. The only way you can fix this is to fix the supply situation. And to do that is to grab more ports and more supply. Still looking, supply situation is looking pretty good. If you press F4, you can see the lines here. Another opportunity to push northwards. Go for Ipswich. Feeling quite confident now. The west is secure. Once again, still pushing northwards. Not big gains. Control B to get everyone to the front line. The Navy has struck the British Navy, and that looks like the death of my Navy. The destroyers give lots of screening efficiency, and it allows us to continue the battles and the war and to basically stall them before this entire convoy raiding me. In this circumstance, I am going to lose most of my navy, but I either lose it in Norway like the Germans did, or I lose it invading Britain, and I think it's definitely worth to take out Britain. Britain is the big baddie. All right, push towards Hull. You can see the Air Force is making a massive difference. So that's the situation. You either focus on your Air Force or you focus on your Navy. Pick one. You can't have both. Okay, looks like there's a push here. Ipswich is secured. Hull is looking more open now. Stalling around Birmingham, but we're making more progress. Supply is still looking pretty good, but our Navy is distracting. Goodbye, Navy. I really loved you, but unfortunately, you had to be sacrificed. The invasion of Britain was far too important. Birmingham is secure. Leicester is secure. Once again, Hull is my goal. And there we go. We did it. All right. Now I can bring another army forward. Just be aware that when you bring your troops over from the continent, that this area needs to not be convoy raided, because otherwise you're going to lose a lot of troops. I mean, a lot of troops. So just a heads up on that. In this case, we're moving over and no one is contesting us. Good. And I'm going to assign my entire army over to the general, and it's going to move everyone securely over. So now we can focus on pushing more northwards. In this case, Newcastle is the next one. Liverpool's usually a good one too. Yeah, there we go. And has America joined the war yet? No. So we are going to get a peace conference unless America at the very last second chooses to join. Which is quite common at this point in the game. It's 1941. Let's assign all the spies in the north. Boom. We have a peace conference. Belgium, Luxembourg, the Dutch, Poland. Hang on a minute. I have 100% contribution. I'm picking this as if I only have a certain bit of land that I can take. I'm taking everything. Even things like South Africa and the British Raj and Malaya, the Indies and the Congo. And now we've gone from a tiny to an even tiny navy, because we lost it all, to a massive navy, because we're going to take all the French and all of the British Navy. And don't forget, the French Navy didn't get split because I didn't go Vichy France. So we're going to have a big fat navy. Look at this. Conquest. Expand the divisions to make them a bit bigger. 31 looks good. All right, we all want to know where it's going to go from here, right? And it's going to be a Barbarossa situation. So let's go eastward. We'll do the fate of Yugoslavia next. Also, we have the ability for the logistics wizard. Keeping that supply down is a biggie. Build Marshall front line. Send them over. Look at the size of this navy. And 99.9% of them are not German ships. Max air experience. Well, that's useless to me because there's nothing to spend it on. Develop the helicopter. Tank module, the helipad. Spies. I wonder where we're going now. I wonder. FIFO bills, 51% consumer goods factor. Any potential for seizing more gold? Yeah, British gold. Reduces it by 77%. Hello, economy. I've missed you. Romania would like to join the Axis. I've already said no. Okay? I already said no. Yeah, we're building railways to the east here. Therefore, we've got good, strong connections to connect up east to west. Make sure we get the best possible supply. Yugoslavia. Annex the lot. They say no. Oh, well. You have chose death. Oh, the Independence Day of Croatia. Forget this isn't even a thing. I'd like to join our faction. Are they a puppet, though? They're not. Yeah, why not? The Advanced Landing Craft. Well, that would have been great against Britain. I suppose you have to research that way ahead of time. Yugoslavia. Now, the reason why we took out Yugoslavia is we wanted that chromium. Croatia appears. I put them into my faction, and then I like, would you like to take some land that is rightfully clay of Croatia? And I'm like, no. Okay, they do get some land. Okay, all right, they get something. And they've created Yugoslavia. Why? How close are we to making autarky? Oh, we've got it. Autarky achieved. There we go. This sets consumer goods to 0 permanently. All right, there we go. We're a self-sustaining country, which just feels weird now because we control most of the world. It doesn't feel like autarky when you've conquered half the planet. And here we are. This was a good one. Proximity fuse. It's for naval tech, but it adds bonuses for anti-air capabilities. So naval anti-air, that's a no-brainer. But then you get this research. It's under artillery, and look, shock hardened technique. Static AA damage increases massively. And then this one, extra soft attack for all of your artillery divisions. We have finally achieved our ambitious goals of becoming the fully self-sufficient. Our nation has become abundantly rich with natural resources, which will only be strengthening us further, making us unstoppable. So has this reduced my mios to nothing? Yes. So this eliminates mios. Once you've achieved autarky, the mifo bills become pointless. That's kind of cool. No lie. The next piece of the puzzle is pretty obvious, right? I'm going to show you now with all these modifiers stacked with the attack bonuses from infantry, all the supply modifiers as well. Don't forget this, we're taking advantage of the butterfront as well, which gives extra supply efficiency and supply range, which is really big against the Soviet Union because those supply depots are really far apart. Now we do the anti-combatant pack and the war versus the USSR, which also gives us an attack bonus as well because you get a 5-10% bonus for like a year to see if you're going to achieve your goals against the Soviet Union. Airports and AA. The amount of gas I got now. More. Total Air Force size, 5,000. War versus the USSR. Doctrines completed it. Navy. Not that it matters anymore. Attack. Be aggressive. And also, don't forget about this. Remember I said that this was useful against the Soviet Union, giving extra supply efficiency and supply range. You definitely want this too. Helicopters built for reliability, armor, or speed and maneuverability. I would never have thought a helicopter would have much armor on it. Armor. Armored helicopter. An offer from the disgruntled Cossacks. I think I'll pass. All right. War preparations. Relatively full spy network too. And we have, relatively similar number of divisions on the front. Just realized that Japan is at war with the USA, or will be soon. Yeah, they are. Okay, I don't want a situation where Japan's going to declare war on me because they want the East Indies. What I'm going to do is dissolve my faction and then join their faction. Now they can't declare war on me. Let's go. Declare the Finnish continuation war, which is good because that's another front line that the Soviets have to cover. And if we look at one of these battles to look at the damage we're doing, experience 25%, intel 1.6%, terrain 40%. The weather's destroying us though because we're attacking winter. Country 18%, commander 14%, planning bonus 60%, country specific bonus. Yeah, you get the idea. Plus we get this one too as well now. Barbarossa plus 10% attack against the Soviet Union for 1 year. Oh, opportunity for encirclement. I'm going to take that opportunity, aren't I? And there we go. That's a nice juicy encirclement. To be fair, very close to the encirclements that the Germans did achieve against the Soviet Union at the start of the war. At the start of the war, I'm going to basically do these little cuts where I cut in. You hold shift and then you just basically right click and just see if I can push in to make little cuts into the front line. And by the looks of things, it's gone beautifully. Oh my God, I'm just slicing. It's like a knife through butter. Boom, another encirclement. And do another one here. Basically grab the guys, right click, move here. Another one, right click, move here. Snake it into the front line, then eventually I'll encircle divisions around the back of me. Same again. I'm going to right click here. Also pushing towards ports where railway lines connect is also a good idea as well. Here's another good big one as well because the plains of Ukraine are easy to get through. And then here again. Yep. Another one, another one, another one. As you can see, very natural encirclements are formed as you push into the front line. And once again, I said to you, the firepower of these divisions is insane because once got these are infantry divisions were stacked with all those modifiers from the Prussian legacy. Another encirclement, another one, go here. And we got another one, go here. Same here, I can see another one forming here, so go here. As you form one encirclement, you tend to find that mother ones all appear over and over and over again as you push forward. Don't forget to go for infantry expert as well. Stack those modifiers even higher. And then another one. And then another one's formed. And then there's another one. It's easier if you make the initial push and make encirclements, because otherwise you don't have to face these armies again. Leningrad's been secured. We make a push for Moscow. Why not? Make a push eastward. Yes. Oh, God, you guys want to see the casualties, don't you? I can feel it. You guys want casualties. Currently, the Soviets have lost 1.5 million. Wow. Remember, I'm pushing in winter as well. That's insane. A lot of this is a lot of new technology that we've gained. Oh, and we're not even using all of our CAS. I can't believe it. We're not using it all. Ooh. Here we are. Hey, well, I guess I'm taking advantage a little bit of micro. I always say that I don't usually show enough micro in my videos, but here you go. A tiny bit of micro. So if you don't manage to make it to Moscow, that's not the end of the world. Just use this as an opportunity to push back and make another encirclement. Why not, right? Got a bunch of divisions for free here. Loyal to the Germans. Another encirclement. So I have to achieve... Is it still a thing, this? Yeah, the Führer directive. I need to just secure Stalingrad now. And I have how long to do this? 100 days. Ooh, it's still a bit tricky. Oh, and I forgot about this bonus. Another one. 15% extra attack for infantry. And artillery attack. And breakthrough. For 90 days. What? Hey, I'm not a man to complain, okay? But maybe these bonuses are a little bit too high. I'm just saying. If you're ever in a position where all your troops are on the front, that's just another prime opportunity to do another push and then another encirclement. Opportunity to give local autonomy to these regions. In Kursk. Okay, do it. Keep an eye on your logistics. Are you behind on anything? Keep going. And Stalingrad is just screaming out to me. Finish the Führer directive. Get it done. Stalingrad, the open goal. And that is the Führer directive complete. Giving 10% war support, which feels a little bit underwhelming if you think about it, you know. 10% war support for all that effort. All right, push northwards, and then you guys push through the center. That should make a very small encirclement, but hey, any encirclement's worth it, right? Oh, and the Finns were getting demolished by the Soviets, but then I'm here to save them. The savior of the Finns. Yep. Push here, go here. Once again, securing the supply depot is a biggie. Spies have all become unassigned because I pushed so deep into Russia, it doesn't even matter. Normally, in this circumstance, I build a collaboration government, but you know what? Just for the laugh of grinding through so many divisions, I think I just keep going anyway. Another encirclement. And then go here, then go here. Another encirclement. Reach the point where the front line is so unbelievably wide right now. It actually becomes more difficult to concentrate my forces. Another encirclement. Very small one, only 2 divisions. Yeah, this is the point where you have to push for the supply depots. Grab a group of them, right-click. Grab a group of them, right-click. Okay, we're not going to cover the finished front line now. I'm going to make that front line narrower. There we go. The late-game blob has arrived. To make these flame tanks have more armor on them. Easy maintenance, reduces the cost. Can't say no to that, right? And then sloped armor, and then maybe cast armor? Armor of 13 now, but very, very expensive. I don't care. Ooh, a little bit far behind on artillery now. Catch up. Let's get that production down. I'm just enjoying the grind right now. I see a supply depot. Right click. I see a supply depot. Right click. Supply depot in the south. Of course there's none. We've reached Siberia now. Well, not quite. That's actually Siberia past the Urals, isn't it? Surprisingly, they've still got divisions keeping it going, which is mind-blowing to me. Barbarossa bonus has finally ended. How much of the Soviet Union is left? Not a lot. 88% towards capitulation. They have lost 3.3 million manpower. Supply depot, right click. Supply depot, right click. It's funny, I make the attack in winter, and that was the most successful part of the campaign in winter, and now I'm actually into summer, the right time to attack, and my offensive is wound down. To be fair, there's not much left of the Soviet Union. Maybe attacking in winter is the secret sauce, you know? Attack in winter, and no one will suspect that. Okay, another offensive order, off you go, attack. I'll have a quick summary of the damage that I'm doing here. Pushing into the mountains, doing a decent amount of damage. The terrain's hurting. The commander skill, planning bonus, attacker advantage. Stacking the modifiers is the meta of every map game, right? And look at this guy here. 10 attack, 25% attack. He hits, and he hits very hard. The helicopter's finished. There's one version of a helicopter, and it's under basic equipment, helicopter, produce it. If I was to add this on, let's just pick a random tank division. The helicopter brigade adds a small amount of HP, trickle back and war support protection. So it's like a hospital. It reduces supply consumption by a kind of small amount. It kind of does every support company in one go, but very small increment amounts. You can make a division that has like good supply reduction for like fighting in Africa with helicopters and logistics companies to get that supply down as low as it could possibly go. Make a big difference. The Soviet Union has breathed its last breath. About 4 million casualties they lost. Surprisingly, Finland pulled their weight. 150k they destroyed from the Soviets. That's amazing. A little Finland well and truly making a contribution. And that's a pop. Proclaim the new order. This gains us a bunch of cores, surprisingly, as well. In North Slovenia and Posen will be known as the Greater German Reich. I like that. It gives cores as well, because cores feel like you are actually making progress on the world and coring states, which just feels really rewarding. Attack into Italy. Is it worth it? Operation take out Switzerland. Operation take out Ireland. Take out, I guess, America. Shatter the American homogeny. Well, this is the final division I kind of ended up with. I only added the helicopter on right at the end. But as you can see, the stats here are amazing. I've rushed a lot of the infantry tech late game technologies. Is there any late game content? No. I suppose making Reichskommissariats inside of the United States, which is kind of fun, I guess. Man in the High Castle. Didn't even bother going down the inner circle either, which kind of eats into your political power. So I suppose there's a reason not to do that, I guess. But some of these bonuses are pretty good, so it could be worth it if that's what you're into. Second infantry bonuses in Gotterdammerung is very, very strong. The Prussian legacy is OP. Hey, if your name is on screen right now, you are the best. I love you. Have a good day, lads. See you soon.